Doing a program. Doing a program. Doing a program. All right, y'all. A lot of people in my chat, because they have a low IQ, I've been saying there's no such thing as COVID. And by a lot of people, I mean specifically one person in the chat loves to say this. COVID doesn't exist. It's not real. Well, counterpoint, you're an idiot. And CNN released an article today called "The Worst Variant is Here." The worst variant, folks. Now, I tuned in to my stock portfolio yesterday, and it turned out that the Moderna stock was up like 15%. So I'm thinking to myself, is it finally happened? Is it finally happened? That's right, y'all. I invested in Moderna during the stock crashes. And so has it finally happened? Have people at large finally acknowledged the fact that the pandemic isn't over? Has it actually happened? Because, people have been getting sick. Hundreds of thousands of cases every week. And it's just gone largely unreported. Politicians haven't talked about it. News hasn't talked about it. I've seen almost nothing about it at all in any media, online, anywhere. Like, people just love to pretend it's not real. They love to pretend it doesn't exist. There's no evidence to support that. Like, again, but we live in a country where 81% of people believe in God, right? So if 81% of people are able to believe in God, there's no evidence for it. In fact, there's evidence against God, right? So 81% of people are allowed to believe in God. That's going to lead to some really bizarre stuff when it comes to coronavirus. People are just going to go like, oh, I know all the facts say that it's still here and it's worse than ever. Wastewater processing, worse than ever. Transmission rates, worse than ever. But I'm just going to have faith. I have faith because I believe in God. I have faith that I won't get sick. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You're an idiot. You have a low IQ. I suggest, honestly, in my opinion, if you, for whatever reason, think COVID isn't real, I suggest an insane asylum. You should be removed from society. That's my opinion. But anyway, I want to read this article here and then extrapolate off of it. Nearly 2.5 years since the coronavirus pandemic began, the most infectious and transmissible variant yet has arrived. Repeated COVID-19 waves have left millions of people dead, with only vaccines helping to blunt the toll. Now the virus is spreading again, evolving, escaping immunity, and driving an uptick in cases and hospitalizations. The latest version of its shape-shifting, BA.5, is a clear sign that the pandemic is far from over. So the key phrase here that I think is ridiculous is now. The virus has been doing this. It hasn't stopped. Like the Omicron variant surge went down to a level that's still unacceptable. Hundreds of people dying every day, thousands of people getting sick every day. The only thing that changed was in April, the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, basically just switched around and changed up how they deliver information. What used to be a high transmission rate is now a low transmission rate. They just changed the numbers. They changed what numbers are what. So, you get fucking, the formula or whatever. They made it so that high, during the Omicron surge, right, whatever would be high transmission rate, red on the map, is now low, right? That combined with the fact that they stopped tracking positive cases. Also, at-home tests are so much more popularized. People don't report. They don't log in and register that they've gotten sick. Like, as soon as people get a positive test result, they're like, oh, fuck, and they drink a gallon of water, right? So, again, the virus hasn't gone away. It's been this bad for months. It's just that the government has covered it up. They've suppressed this information. They've covered it up. That's what we're dealing with here. Joe Biden is the president during a mass genocidal rampage of the government and a cover-up of one of the biggest problems this government has ever done. Joe Biden declared victory from COVID in March during the State of the Union address. I don't know if you remember that. He declared victory and then issued guidances to the CDC to basically modify the maps and the rates and all this stuff to basically make it look like everything was fixed. Airlines basically said, yeah, fly on the airplane without masks anymore, right? We're all just pretending. Again, this is a country where 81% of Americans believe in God. They are susceptible to magical thinking, lack of evidence, and faith-based thinking. It's like, again, if I let go of this seltzer can, right, is it going to float in midair? Well, if I'm 81% of Americans, I think yeah, why not? It might float in midair. There was a poll done a couple months ago where it said only 18% of Americans thought that COVID was a big deal. This is a couple months ago, right? So yesterday, I looked at my stock portfolio and I saw Moderna was up. So I was thinking to myself, is it time? Finally? Are we here? Has reality caught up with enough people to actually have this conversation again? The answer is probably not, but let's take advantage of this moment anyway. Once again, I'm going to read this. The newest offshoot of Omicron, along with a closely related variant BA4, are fueling a global surge in cases 30% over the past fortnight. That's 2 weeks, according to the World Health Organization. Why aren't they calling it a new name? Why is it Omicron BA4 or BA5? The answer to that was a leaked conversation from people involved in the WHO. They don't want to name it something new because that would cause panic. So what they did is they named it some stupid term, right? Like a precautionary term that's used to like develop and track new variants. Even though BA4 became the dominant variant months ago, BA5 is now the dominant variant, and they're not giving it a new name. Literally, the reason, they don't want to cause panic. Again, these people don't care about us. These organizations, these institutions, this government, they don't give a fuck about us. They don't care at all. At all. No care in the world. In Europe, there's a car outside the fucking... In Europe, the Omicron subvariants are powering a spike in cases of about 25%. Though Dr. Michael Ryan, the executive director of WHO's Health Emergencies Program, has said that the number may actually be higher, given the almost collapse in testing. Again, we have learned nothing as a society. We have learned nothing as a society. You'd think, oh, do we have mask stockpiles? No. Do we have universal testing that's free and affordable? No. Do we have treatment for people that get infected with the virus? No, that stopped a long time ago. Do we have literally anything? No. In fact, masks are being gouged in pricing. If you go online and try to buy like a box of N95s, you're going to get fucked compared to if you tried to buy them 3 months ago. So, we're fucked. We have learned nothing. As a society, the government has learned nothing. Individuals have learned nothing. People want to go back to this mythologized normal. There is no normal. Oh, I want to go back to normal. I'm not going to be afraid. What? What is that? There is no normal? Whatever normal you perceived doesn't exist. It will not exist ever again. It's a feedback loop. It's self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like flipping, it's like taking the lid off of a bottle, flipping it upside down, and then being surprised that the water comes out of the bottle. You took the fucking lid off, you stupid motherfucker. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? BA5 is on the march in China, ratcheting anxieties that major cities there may soon reinforce strict lockdown measures that were only recently lifted. And the same variant has become the dominant strain in the United States, where it accounted for 65% of new infections last week. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which, by the way, I wouldn't... Anything that they're saying is suspect. We have been watching this virus evolve rapidly. We have been planning and preparing for this moment. No one has. That's wrong. That's a lie. And the message that I want to get across to the American people is this. BA5 is something we're closely monitoring. That's a lie. And most importantly, we know how to manage it. That's also a lie, said Dr. Ashish Jha, the White House COVID-19 response coordinator, in a news briefing on Tuesday. They're lying. 1, they don't know how to manage it. If they knew how to manage it, every American would have personally... They're not just family, not just household, personally, they would have 100 N95 masks in their closet. Every American, if we knew how to manage it. That's not true. We don't. They're lying. They're not monitoring it. If they were monitoring it, it wouldn't have gotten to this point anyway, where there's hundreds of thousands of new infections every week. So they're lying. They're just lying. Again, I want you to understand, the government is lying. If this was Donald Trump telling you this stuff, do you think the media would just print all these lies? Oh, Donald Trump says he's monitoring the situation. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, okay. Joe Biden is lying. He's lying. The White House communications director for COVID-19, lying. They're all lying. They're lying to us. They think we're stupid. And guess what? You know what's interesting about this? Americans are stupid. Americans are fucking dumb. Again, 81% of Americans believe in God. They're susceptible to magical thinking. And now again, you might be wondering, oh, why do you keep bringing up God? Why do you keep doing this? You're so edgy. Yeah, I am fucking edgy. Because when 81% of Americans are okay with and are able to believe things that are contrary to all facts and all evidence, that's what leads to situations like this pandemic where people just think it's over. That's what leads to these situations. Oh, it's over. There's no evidence for that. In fact, all the evidence points in the opposite direction. But I have an instinct. I have a feeling. My stupid fucking monkey lizard brain thinks that it might be over. So therefore, it's over. Again, faith. Faith is bullshit. Anyone that is able to have faith in things that are directly against every fact. It's like if I have faith. 2 plus 2, one of these days it's going to equal 23. I have faith. Huh? Your faith is fucking bullshit. Your faith is fucking bullshit. And you're an idiot, and you're gonna get people killed. So the answer to this question is, again, the Biden White House knows that you're a fucking moron. They're banking on the fact that you're a fucking moron. They know you're a moron. They know your family's a bunch of fucking stupid motherfuckers. They know everyone that lives in your city is a bunch of stupid motherfuckers. They know that everyone in this country, in a country where 81% of Americans can believe in things that are just completely made up, there's no evidence whatsoever. In fact, all the facts point in the opposite direction. You can basically convince these stupid fucking idiot Americans about anything. You can convince them of anything. In a country where 95% of Americans don't eat vegetables, you can convince Americans to do literally fucking anything. This is the dumbest fucking population ever to exist in all of human history. Stupid motherfuckers. Stupid motherfuckers. On the same day, WHO's emergency committee said COVID-19 remained a public health emergency of international concern. Oh, really? Its highest level of alert, first declared on January 20, 2020. Amid rising cases, ongoing viral mutation, and increasing pressure on already overstretched health systems, in a statement, the committee... Now, again, if we learned anything, if we knew how to manage it, if we knew how to prepare, like the White House is saying, wouldn't we have given everyone emergency, like, Medicare? Wouldn't we have doubled our hospital infrastructures? Instead, we're losing staff tremendously. People are quitting, right? Instead, hospitals are being shut down. Like, health insurance companies are trying to, like, milk as many profits as they can, right? If we knew how to manage it, like the stupid dumb fuck motherfuck liar-in-chief is trying to tell us, wouldn't we have, have field hospitals? Wouldn't we have contact tracing? Wouldn't we have mandatory masking if we knew how to manage it? Stupid motherfuckers. Stupid motherfuckers. Dumb shit for brains. Moron. Stupid motherfuckers. Stupid motherfuckers. Stupid shit for brains. Fuckface motherfuckers. I can't even explain to you how dumb the average American is. So fucking mind-numbingly stupid. I need you to understand this. You will not. Again, the idea that the average American could wake up one day and stop being such a stupid motherfucker, again, that's in the same line of believing in God. There is no evidence at all that Americans one of these days are going to wake up and have a proletariat revolution of the mind and overthrow the corporate oligarch. That's not going to happen. That's called believing in magical bullshit. You might as well believe in God. You might as well believe in fucking the flying spaghetti monster, motherfucker. You're an idiot. Americans are fucking stupid. Do not have faith in your fellow American. They're going to kill you. They are going to fucking kill you. The idea that your neighbor is worth respecting, that's made up. Your neighbor's a fucking moron. And I'm not trying to be a weirdo here. I'm not trying to be like an antisocial freak. Sometimes your neighbor's pretty cool. Sometimes you can have a good community. It's worth trying for when you can. But let's be honest. Having this fucking baseless, lack of evidence belief that the average American one of these days is gonna read a fucking book and stop being so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. It's as ridiculous as believing in God. Americans are fucking stupid. They are hopeless. They are scumbag, dumb fuck motherfucks. I'm gonna turn my air conditioner on. I'm getting sweaty. Americans are fucking stupid. Let's keep going. In a statement, the committee, which is made up of independent experts, highlighted challenges to the ongoing global COVID-19 response, including a drop-off in testing and spotty genome sequencing, raising the question of just how accurately any nation might reasonably be able to monitor BA.5. The White House, we're monitoring BA.5 very closely. The WHO, yeah, that's probably not even possible. Huh, who do you believe? Personally, I'm skeptical of both of these organizations. They've shown themselves to be fuckers many times over the course of this pandemic. But you know what? I'm going to trust the World Health Organization over the United States government. I'm just going to say, I'm going to pick the lesser of two evils here and say if the WHO is suggesting that you might not be able to even monitor this stuff and the White House is ensuring that we are closely monitoring, you know what? I'm going to say fuck the White House. The White House, I know, are a bunch of scumbag motherfuckers. So I'm going to go with the WHO on this one. Official data dramatically undercount the true number of infections in the U.S., epidemiologists say, leaving the nation with a critical blind spot as the most transmissible coronavirus variant yet takes hold. Some experts think there could be as many as 1 million new infections every day in the broader U.S. population, 10 times higher than the official count. I have a question. If anyone in the chat has gotten COVID and taken a test, at-home test, did you go online or go to a nearby clinic and report your positive test? I have a question. I guarantee, maybe some people did, but I guarantee the answer is close to 100% no. I just fucking stayed home and drank a gallon of water immediately. I'm just saying. Now think, if you're watching my show, chances are you've got an IQ in, like, I don't know, the top 10 or maybe top 5 percentile. So imagine your shit fuck, redneck, stupid fuck neighbor even taking an at-home test, let alone going online to report their positive case. Really? You think so? Doubt. As for how to manage the new wave, Jha urged Americans aged 50 and older to get a second booster shot. Adults who are up to date with vaccinations are less likely to be hospitalized than those who are unvaccinated, but only about 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. over 50 have gotten their recommended second boosters. Huh. So again, the White House, simultaneously, only 25% of seniors have gotten their boosters. But we're managing it. We're managing it. We know what to do. We're managing it. Wouldn't the ideal time to get a booster shot be in between spikes and waves? Why wait until the wave is already here to get your booster shot that takes 2 weeks to take full effectiveness and efficiency? Wouldn't, if you knew how to manage things, stupid motherfucker in chief, wouldn't you want to get people these booster shots before there were 1 million cases every day? Jesus fucking Christ. Dumb motherfuckers. Dumb motherfuckers. U.S. health officials are urgently working on a plan to allow second COVID booster shots for all adults, a senior White House official confirmed to CNN on Monday, amid fears that younger adults' immunity may be waning as COVID-19 cases rise with the dominance of BA.5. Huh. Wouldn't the ideal time for stupid young kids like me to get the fucking second booster, wouldn't that have been a month ago? Before this moment in time? Huh? Wouldn't it have been? How the fuck? If I got my booster shot today, I'd be fucked. But if they're gonna say, oh, they're working on it and maybe you'll get it by September. What? 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 Is this a joke? Again, only in a country where 81% of Americans believe in God is this stupid fucking shit even possible to report to the news. How Omicron spreads. The Omicron variant of the coronavirus has mutations that change the spike protein on the surface of the virus. These mutations could allow Omicron and subvariants of Omicron to evade the body's immune response, making vaccines less effective. Some pharmaceutical companies are working on an Omicron-specific vaccination. But, what if, hear me out, what if we did the same thing we did last time, remember Operation Warp Speed? What if we did that again, to get a new Omicron-specific vaccine right now, right? What if we put billions and billions of dollars in developing a new vaccine that's more effective against this particular variant strains right now? Instead, at this rate, we might have an Omicron vaccine by, like, I don't know, Q1 or Q2 next year. When there's another dominant strain, when there's BA.27, because they stopped naming them because they don't want to cause panic. I want to talk about how everyone's got, again, their own personal faith. You know how you ask every Christian, how do you feel about God? Everyone's got, oh, I've got my own personal relationship with God. No, you don't. You're a fucking undiagnosed fucking schizophrenic. That's it. You're an idiot. On top of that, at least people that have schizophrenia know that they're ill, right? They know that, you know, certain things aren't real and they're hallucinations, and they're able to combat that effectively. These God people, they don't even know. They're just walking around with the whims of these voices in their heads. They're fucking morons. But in the same way, not to disparage people with schizophrenia, but in the same way that everyone has their own personal relationship with God, everyone's got their own subset of fan fiction that they tell themselves about COVID and vaccines. Like, we got a dumb, I'm sorry, Donald James in the chat, but we got a dumb motherfucker in the chat room who's like, I'm double vaxxed and boosted. I shouldn't be afraid, even with a new variant. Again, the smarter you are in some instances, the better you're able to rationalize your own personal faith-based, lack of evidence-based fan fictions. Like, people tell themselves, I read a news article in June of 2020, and I haven't updated my news sources since. I made my worldview then. Information has changed dramatically, but I'm not going to update my own brain, the way that I view this thing. I'm just going to pretend like everything's the same. Again, everyone's got their own personal fucking fan fiction, the story that they tell themselves, just like these God people have their own personal relationship with God. It's that simple. It's that simple. Let's keep going. What makes BA.5 different? Eric Topol, a cardiologist and professor for the molecular medicine and Scripps research, has called BA.5 the worst version of the virus we've seen. He explained in a recent newsletter it takes immune escape already extensive to the next level and, as a function of that, enhanced transmissibility well beyond earlier versions of Omicron. In other words, BA.5 can easily evade immunity from previous infections and vaccines, increasing the risk of reinfection. A lot of people, if you ask someone some stupid shit for brains, doo-doo, fuck-face, motherfuck American, I got COVID 2 months ago, I'm immune. You might hear that. Why? Because Americans are fucking stupid. Americans are stupid motherfuckers. Americans are fucking goddamn morons. They read a news article in April 2020 and they think that that's, I read somewhere in the news that goddamn woo, and then they don't think that things update. They don't think that science changes. What? There's no such thing as natural immunity. First of all, I'm skeptical if that was ever such a thing as natural immunity. But now, it's very easily and certain and evidence-based to say, yeah, natural immunity, by the way, doesn't fucking exist. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You might as well be eating fucking 6 pounds of fucking cheeseburgers every day and saying, this is healthy for me. You're a fucking moron. You're a stupid motherfucker. You're a stupid shit for brains cocksucker dork. Anyway, I can keep reading, but I think I've said everything I need to say. Americans are fucking dumb. Americans are fucking dumb. They're stupid motherfuckers, stupid motherfuckers, stupid motherfuckers. They're dumb as fuck. They're dumb as fuck. They're dumb. They're dumb. You're dumb. I'm dumb. Americans are fucking stupid. I need you to understand. I need you to understand. This isn't a joke. This isn't like, oh, the stupid. Americans are the dumbest group of people that have ever existed in human history. I want to lay this out here. Look at the delta between the available information from scientists, medical professionals, right? The available information compared to what the average person has access to, or not access to, because they have access to all this information, but compared to what the average person believes. 100 years ago, that delta was pretty small. Scientists, right, medical professionals, right, they had a lot of great breakthroughs, right, in the 1920s. But guess what, right? People, when there was a new scientific breakthrough and they gained access to it, that's another big problem 100 years ago, was lack of access. Now we have the internet. So I want everyone to keep in mind the delta between the available, you can just look it up any minute of your life, information that would save all of our lives, versus what the average person thinks in this country is the largest it's ever been in all of human history. That means, again, can you really blame people 700 years ago for not knowing about soap? I mean, let's be honest, right? Like, they didn't have that collective information. But can you blame people 700 hours ago for not knowing about soap? Yeah, guess what? I'm fine to say, if you don't know about soap and you're walking around in the US of A, you're a fucking moron. You're a goddamn idiot. So I want everyone to understand, we are in the largest information gap between what's available and what the average person understands ever in human history ever. Americans are dumber than ever. And then ever. I want you to understand this. Grasp this in your brain. Firmly grasp it. Stop reaching out like this and just fucking grab that motherfucker in your brain. Let it crystallize. The dumbest motherfuckers in all of human history are alive right now. So anyway, wear a mask.